If AirPods fall out of your ears, the EarFun clip might be the perfect headphones for you, if you can accept the downsides. Now, let me start by saying that these headphones are A-tier headphones. They don't quite make it up into the S tier. And if you want to see other S tier or A tier headphones, I'll have a link down below in the description and a pinned comment to where you can check out a buyer's guide as well as a bunch of videos. Now, in this long-term review of the EarFun clip, we're going to be covering everything that you need to know, including the features and specs, the design and build, mic performance, latency, the EarFun app, and of course, the overall sound and user experience. But first, I'd like to personally thank you for stopping by today to hang out with me. My name is Mitchell, and on this channel, I make videos about mobile tech. And if you like the videos, a like or a sub would be massively appreciated and go a long way to supporting the channel and making me feel better about myself. Now to start, the EarFun clip are packed with features that make them really, really attractive. Things such as Bluetooth 6.0, which is the newest version of Bluetooth, multi-point compatibility, Google Fast Pair, which means when you open these up next to your Android device, they'll actually be like linked to your Google account and they'll immediately begin pairing, which is really, really cool. They are also compatible, obviously, with iOS and iPhone. They do have LDAC and they are high-res audio certified, although that might not matter so much, and we'll get to that towards the end of this video. They have 10 hours of battery life with LDAC off, 5.5 hours of battery life with LDAC on, and their total runtime with LDAC is 22 hours, but with LDAC off, 40 hours. They have a quick charge feature, meaning if these are completely dead, 10 minutes on the charger will give you well over 2 hours of playback time if you're using SBC or the AAC audio codec. They have 10.8 millimeter carbon fiber composite drivers, IP55 water and dust resistance, making these a great option if you're looking for a pair of gym headphones or even a pair of headphones that you can wear all day outside, no matter rain or shine, etc. They have less than a 50 millisecond response time in gaming mode and for latency-free media playback, and we will have a gaming mode latency test for you guys in a second. We're also going to have a full featured app with a lot of different customization options. Although the app from EarFun definitely doesn't have all of the different tweaks and kind of app features that you might have from other brands. Now, the EarFun clip have battery life and specs to make them appealing, but they wouldn't really matter if they weren't comfortable and if they didn't kind of provide on their promise of AirPods experience without the AirPods hassle of stuff falling out. And that's going to take us right into talking about the construction of these headphones. Now, first, the case of the EarFun clip is a pretty small case. It's about on par with what you would have from other headphones of this design. Sorry about that, of this design. So the case itself isn't particularly like big or bulky, but it is bigger than some other headphones in this category, although the 40 hours of battery life kind of makes up for it. On the bottom of the case, you're going to have a reset button, and then you're going to have the USB-C charging port. You're looking at about 2 hours to charge the headphones from 0 to full if they're completely dead. But if you charge them for like 30, 40 minutes, you'll get around 80%, just kind of how charging works with this. The overall material of the case feels nice and high quality, and I've been using these for well over a month and a half, and the case doesn't seem particularly like beat up or scratched, even though I haven't been careful with the case. Taking the headphones out of the case, you do have left and right for these earbuds as it's signified by the red trim. Here, I'll show, if I can show you guys. You do have left and right as it is signified by the red trim. Other headphones in this category have a kind of universal design so that you can use left or right and it doesn't really matter. You have like this dual capsule design where you have kind of a pill shape that holds the battery and the physical button. And then you have a sphere that houses the speaker and speaker grill along with what I'm assuming would be a microphone. It's connected by a little wire that's silicone coated, and it does a nice job of kind of pinching your ears without it being kind of uncomfortable or too much pressure. And the speaker is a directional speaker, so you are going to get supposedly better audio quality because of this, as opposed to headphones that are more universal. I find the design to be okay, pretty comfortable, doesn't really rattle with my earrings, and I do kind of like the physical buttons on the back as opposed to the touch control that we have on other headphones. I have found that this overall design, being kind of like the ear clip style headphones, to do a great job of staying in my ear no matter what the model is and no matter what I'm doing, whether or not I'm at the gym, outside, or just kind of around the house, which is oftentimes where I use these. The only thing that I might kind of say is a negative about the design is kind of the overall mic placement of them, but go ahead and you tell me how the microphone of these headphones sounds right now.
Now you're hearing me on the EarFun clip, quiet office environment. Go ahead, let me know how I sound. And now you're hearing me on the EarFun clip with some simulated background noise. Let me know how I sound.
Now that you guys hear how the mic sounds for yourself, let's go ahead and show you guys what happens when you enable and disable the gaming mode for media playback and give you guys a latency test.
With that, I have still now lost 3 different Android device trackers, and if you want to hear, I'm going to go ahead and have that video up for you guys right here on the screen. And until next time, it's been Mitchell. I really appreciate the support, and I'm really bummed.
Now, talking about the gaming mode brings us to talking about the app. And the EarFun app is a pretty well full-featured app. It allows you to change the EQ, turn LDAC and multipoint on and off, enable or disable some other features, find the headphones if you lose them. It will give you a pop-up animation if these aren't attached to your Google account. And overall, I think that the EarFun app is pretty well featured. It's got a lot of the same tweaks that we would see from other brands like QCY or Soundpeats, and it's nice to see that there's the ability to toggle LDAC on and off. Talking about LDAC and toggling it on and off, I want to talk about the overall sound and user experience, because I have other headphones from both QCY and Soundpeats that are meant to compete in this genre of headphones. And those have like auto EQ or auto volume controls that will change the volume for you and also change some of the EQ depending upon your outside environments. Now, I really think that those features are necessary for the ear clip style where you don't have any kind of sound isolation at all. And it's a lot more convenient being able to have the volume automatically raised for you. That said, in a quiet environment, these do sound pretty good, although the bass isn't quite as punchy as other headphones, but you can definitely kind of fix that in some of the tuning for the EQs of the app. The highs are never really uncomfortable, nor do I feel like they're painful. The bass is there and is definitely present, although you might want to definitely increase the bass a little bit in the app. I don't find the bass to necessarily be lacking, just maybe not as satisfying as other headphones. That said, with the inclusion of LDAC, I understand that EarFun is trying to give users the best sound quality possible. That said, I don't know if I would sacrifice almost 50% of the battery life in order to have a higher, more bloated audio codec, simply because you're never going to really hear much of the difference with that, because these are never making a complete seal. Because these headphones have fine sound quality, they have a good amount of features, and they come in at a reasonable price, they kind of tick all of the boxes necessary to make it up to A tier. That said, they aren't as impressive as other headphones in the class that offer a lot of this stuff at a lower price point, thus putting those other headphones into S tier. If you want to see more of my tier list, or if you guys want playlists with that stuff, I'll have links in the description as well as a pinned comment so that you can see and you can kind of compare and watch reviews for these for yourself. And if you want me to do a 3-way comparison between the EarFun clip, the QCY Cross Sky C50, and the Soundpeats Pearl Clip Pro, the Soundpeats Pearl Clip Clip Pearl. Sorry, I can't keep all of these kind of long and silly names in my head. Go ahead and give me a comment. And if you guys like the video, a sub would be massively appreciated. And until next time, it's been Mitchell. Peace.